This is Terrence Andre Banks with Information Age Financial Solutions coming to you again about student loans, especially in the information age. And I've came across this article that the title of loan stuck out to me. Almost 40% of student loans will have defaulted by 2023. It comes from goldsilver.com. The original article comes from Gold Telegraph. I'm going to put a link in the description part of this video for you to check at your leisure. But this article is really important to me because I was just having a conversation with my niece who's got accepted to a couple of great colleges, and we talked about how to fund it. And it led to a family discussion, especially there. We had a great weekend talking about it. But when I came back and I started really thinking about it, and we were coming up with solutions and how she's going to pay it, and whether it be student loans and different aspects like this. And again, when a person is excited about something, I don't want to steer them to anything different, especially because she wants to be an attorney. This article just added more fuel to the fire to just talk about and discuss so people could be aware of that, especially if they're, as we're getting closer to that summertime, and a lot of kids are getting ready to graduate from high school, thinking about continuing their career in college. I should say continuing their education in college. Really being mindful of what they're getting themselves into. So let's dive right into the article. A large part of the value of traditional college education is the ability to begin maturing into adulthood in a safe and somewhat supervised environment. Many millennials, products of helicopter parents, are no more prepared to venture into the real world at 18 than their parents were at 14. How much is that worth? Incurring six-figure debt at any point is a life-changing experience. Now, I want to stop and pause here for a second because the college that my niece has got accepted to, that she really wants to go to, costs $35,000 a year. And so this title alone, the statement here for the sentence here is very important, and it's pointed to what the conversation we were having. Incurring six-figure debt at any point is a life-changing experience. Doing so before you have any income experience in the job market, or most importantly, idea of how much money that really is and what it takes to earn it, can be crippling. Now, I did try to mention some different aspects for that, but when your person's excited and then, getting into the school at your choice, the emotions then, kind of dial down, and I didn't want to spoil the excitement from that point. But this is extremely important for you to think about, and definitely is worth the conversation. That is, the default setting for many high school graduates is not a tenable state of affairs. When the baby boomer generation graduated from college, again, that baby boom generation continually promoted in our heads to continue going on. Education is important. They have commercials for it. Everything is based on education. It's continuing that college education, and you wonder why. It's being promoted by that population a lot as well. When the baby boom generation graduated from college, they became lawyers and doctors with an abundant future. They did. So they're believing that the same things are applicable to the populations coming after, when it's not, especially millennials, who now are becoming the largest generation after the millennials. When millennials graduate, they can look forward to becoming debtors, still living in the parental abode. Student loans are shackling many of today's graduates to decades in debt. Look at this chart here. And this is what they're expecting the default rate to be over time. All right? Imagine you graduate with a $40,000 student loan debt to be paid off at 4% interest rate in 15 years. That would take $295.88 in monthly loan payments for a total of $53,257.53. If the same student were to graduate without debt and put that monthly payment in a portfolio yielding 6% annually, the youngster would have assets of $86,477.68 at the end of the same 15 years. Interesting point. I don't know anything given 6% that's not without any risk, but he does make a good point here. Student debt makes it difficult to establish any financial stability for years following graduation. The default rate is high, with half of these coming from private colleges and a third coming from community colleges. So you got 43% because people can't afford it, which they can't do, and they can't make the payment. And so now you've allowed them to take on this debt, and they're going to default on it, and just makes the situation even worse for our economy. Even though this is supposed to be the greatest time and everything is supposed to be in a boom, those who continue in law or medical school find themselves in the worst debt situation with $100,000 in student debt. My niece wants to be a lawyer, so that's why 30,000 or 35,000, I got the exact number, but between 30 and 35,000 makes over $120,000 in student loan debt before she even gets to law school based on that. But again, that's what she wants to do, so you can tack on another 50 or 60 grand at minimum. Baby boomers faced a rosy future that was supposed to be a better one than their parents had. Millennials are facing a mountain of debt and a bleak future. High school seniors are faced with the choice of not furthering their education or going deep into debt. At the same time, post-college salaries in most fields have not kept up. And repeat that again. At the same time, post-college salaries in most fields have not kept up, making repayment of student loans even more difficult. Again, I'm going to put a link to this article, and you can get the original source here. I'll put both of these links inside the description part of this video. But if you're like me and you have family members or even your children who are getting ready to go to college, take heed to these articles. It's extremely important to know what they're getting into. And if this video has been any value to, please subscribe, leave some comments. Until my next video, I'm out.